Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Start doing a little saging. So we're going to send a little sage your way. I don't remember if I've done a reading for you before, so I'd like to explain real quick how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. You talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best that I can. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind, because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. This is not exact science. Sometimes you'll have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. He won't give me all the details. He should give me just enough so you know what he's referring to. It's his ball game. I kind of let him do whatever they want to within reason. So sometimes they ask me to pull a card. So I shuffle until he tells me to stop. And he actually picks the card. So he picks Surrender Your Desire to Control People. I get huffy when I get this card for myself. But it's not that. It's not what it sounds like. Being over controlling can sabotage your relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the solution some breathing room. So he's just saying, evidently you're involved in something where you're trying maybe to I hate that glare, and I have such a darn hard time trying to get it off of there. Because, anyway, maybe you're trying to control a situation at work. You could be trying to control a situation in your family. You can be trying to control your son a little too much. It's just saying, give them some breathing room. Step back. And it took me years to figure that out. Step back and let my kids do what they want to do within reason. Just like I let them talk within reason. So it doesn't mean you're a total domineer, heavy-handed. Of course, that's the way I take it. It's for me. Anyway, when you just step back, and I always tell people, if you have a situation going on, if you step back out of it and just sit there and look at that situation like you don't know any of these people, or you don't know the situation, like you were an observer that just walked in off the street. If you can get your mind to go that way, you get a whole totally different concept of it than if you're in it, you're drawn in it, you're in the middle of it. My head's always a bubble when I get in those things. Anyway, you want to start with that. He says you're an awesome mom. You're an awesome mom, and you doubt your rules too much. You doubt, you overthink. Should I be laying down this rule? Should I be telling them not to do this? Am I saying those things too much? Am I? He said again, you just step back for a second. Step back for a second and breathe. He says you will get a clearer picture of right and wrong. He's not saying you're doing anything wrong. Some things are a little more right to do. Again, he says he feels like you are an awesome mom. Sometimes you just get too stressed out, worrying if you're doing the right thing. He says, put your fist down sometimes. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you got to put your foot down. You're not their friend. You're the mom. And it goes, the mom. You're the mom. It's your title, not friend. You're the mom. Don't ever forget that. You're the mom. I think he wants to stress that point. Now, if you haven't, you're going to. Sometimes you're going to feel, well, let's go to the chill for like a chill. You know how you get a chill and you just go, woo, it just comes out of nowhere. Sometimes you're going to feel a warmth, which almost feels, he's making it feel to me like a hot flash, which I didn't have hot flashes. I'm lucky. But it feels, like that sudden warmth. Your body all of a sudden gets warm. That's his energy. Both of those are his energy. So when you feel those, know that he's there. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs. If you want more signs, that's totally up to you. That's his energy. He's letting you know he's there. He's trying to get your attention. He says sometimes you have buzzing in one ear, and when they do this, it's almost always just in one ear. Like my ears ring all the time, but it'll be like a higher shriek, kind of. The lower the shriek, the more it's probably one of our departed loved ones. The higher the shriek, when mine gets really high and almost hurts, it's an archangel or somebody higher up. It's because their energy is so strong and so high. My guy just told me to quit babbling. Don't know what part of the country you live in, but he's talking about a footprint in the snow. So you're going to see a footprint in the snow where there shouldn't be a footprint in the snow. And it's like there's only one. It's not like there's somebody's walked through your yard or something. It's like one footprint and you go, and you wouldn't think anything of it if we weren't saying this right now. I'm just assuming it's going to be around your house. It doesn't have to be. That's going to be a sign from him. That won't last all year long. He says I can do it in the mud too. He wants you to know that he's there to help anytime. Anytime, any place. Call on him. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. Anything that he would have been good at helping you with now, even if it's you get in a fight with your son, I don't know how old he is. He knows that he knows that his dad's there. You can still call on Jeffrey and say, please help me with this situation. And you might even feel a calming energy, or your child might all of a sudden get calmer or come out and apologize or whatever. It's like I said, I don't know how old your kid is. Your kid knows that that didn't sound nice, calming kid. Sorry. Your son knows that his dad's around. He may not admit it. And all kids see and hear them. Seeing and hearing spirit is nothing for them until us adults scare the hell out of them. Or they get to be around 9 or 10 years old and they kind of look around and they go, yeah, pretty sure people are going to say I'm crazy if I tell them my dad's here. And then we kind of shut it down. Or parents, I've seen some parents lately that, they go and tell their kid, oh my God, you have something in your room. It's a demon. No, it's not. It might just be grandma coming in to check in. So as long as you don't scare him with it, he says he's trying to keep his son safe, and he will do that his whole life. He just may not feel it his whole life that he's there. And he would like to help you, give him permission. It cannot override your free will choice. Give him permission to step forward and help you. You'd be surprised at things they can do from the other side to help you. He's going, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. So either you or your son did something recently that was an ouchie. He's trying to validate himself that he knows that that happened. He was there. He's showing like somebody holding their finger. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes it's exact, sometimes it's not. So he says, know that it could have been worse if I wasn't there. Not sure what that means. Like let's say a knife cut your son's finger or something. I'm not saying it happened to your son, it's one of you. It could have been a lot bigger cut or a lot worse cut if Jeffrey hadn't been there. Somebody's butt head. It's like a blizzard outside. Pretty slick. So you feel him. It might not just the tingling or the warmth, like the back of your neck. I don't know if the hair is going to stand up on the back of your neck or you're just going to feel like something there, just something there, or something's going to mess with your hair. Something about the back of your neck that he's doing. He's very close. He gets very close to the back of your neck. He might even blow on it. And again, acknowledge him if you want more signs. It helps them if you acknowledge them when you finally see the signs. Then they go, oh, she got it. Now I'm going to send more. Now that we finally got across that hurdle. He says you kind of feel like you're struggling in life right now, that everything's so hard, that it should be easier. I think it should be easier. He says it's bringing me back to this card about controlling people. It's this time it's not about you controlling people. It's about you trying to control your life path, control the things that happen in your life. You're trying to be too about it. Sometimes you gotta breathe and let it flow. Say he's saying it's like you gotta be on this concrete road and it's hard and it's just gotta be this way. It's there. You can't change it. That's what he's saying. He's kind of confusing me. But it's I keep wanting to clench my fist. He says, open your hand. Open your hands. Breathe. Because he says there's something coming right around the corner. And I feel like maybe it's job related or, a situation related that's going to help you be able to relax, where everything's not so hard. He says, but if you get too hard and too closed off and just too angry, maybe angry came from me, not him, that it puts up like a wall and it kind of pushes that good shit away. So he says, roll with the flow because you will be divinely protected, divinely provided for if you let the blessings come in. And don't push them away. And even if they come in a funny way, just let it go, let it happen, let it go, let it do its thing. Because it won't come the way that you might say, I have to have A, and then I have to have B, and then I have to have C. It doesn't work that way. They'll come up with a whole better plan. He says you are deserving. And there's something right around the corner. Don't chase it off. Don't block it off. Don't think I'm not good enough for it. It's not, don't think it's a person. It's a situation or a job or something. Because I'm going to make sure you and my son are taken care of. Better than you thought if you don't stay on a rigid course and just kind of let us bring things in for you, us bring things forward for you. Just roll with the flow, roll with the flow. Because you deserve it. And I will always love you, but this is the way it was supposed to be. What they've taught me is before we come down here, well, actually they're not up there, actually they're right here, but that's another story. Anyway, before we come down here, we decide our exit point. I don't know that we decide how we're going to exit, but we decide when we're going to exit. So it can be when you're 1 day old, can be when you're 100 years old. The timeline can waver a little bit because there can be things going on, people around the situation need to learn something from it, or it needs to wait just a little bit, or it needs to go a little faster. So that can kind of make it waver, but you're still going to leave in that amount of time. And he says, this is the way it was planned. Why it's planned that way? I don't know. They don't let me decide any of that big stuff up there. I'm just a peon. And they don't always tell me everything. And his son is supposed to go on and do bigger and better things. So he goes like this. He goes, keep pepping him up. Keep pepping him up. He's destined for bigger and better things. So make sure he gets every opportunity to try. I don't care if the kid's 2 years old. I don't know I have no clue how old your kid is, your child. It's like my grandson, he's 22 now. I put him in every sport, sent him to every scout thing, EMT training, every opportunity that came up over the years, because he's lived with me, I put it out there. I put him in it. Try it. You don't like it? You don't have to stay, but you need to try it. He got all of these opportunities. He started playing basketball at the Y when he's 5 years old. Guess what he is now? Basketball coach at the high school. So that's kind of what he's saying he wants you to do, is give him all these opportunities. Oh, he says, not just a game. Not just a game. Don't let him do that. He's getting frantic. His energy is getting very, very frantic. Don't let him do that. My grandson does it every day, but he's 22 years old now. He's getting very frantic. He wants him to get out and do these opportunities, no matter how little he is or how big he is. And playing the game is part-time. Everybody has a game now. Last one cost me $500. These things are expensive. I wouldn't mind grandsons, but he's worth it. So, know again that I love you and I plan on taking care of you if you allow me to. You have to allow them. It's getting dark in here. You have to allow them to help, or otherwise they just stand there and like my guides stand there and they go, Rhonda, what are you doing? We told you not to do that, and you're still doing it because I can't. I have to allow them to help me. I have to ask them to help me, even me. That's up to you. He's very calm. He's very knowledgeable. I don't want to say pride. He's very proud of his son and you. But he's not got ego pride. He's got, what's the word I want? What's the word I want? He's very strong. He's very, very loving. He's got tons of good qualities. And he would love to help you if you ask him. And you don't have to ask him out loud. We have telepathic ears. He can hear you talking to him. Talk to him in your head. He can hear you and ask him. And I know what my guide, my Bob did. If he didn't know how to do it or didn't the things I asked for, he would go find another guide to come and chip in. Go, hey, get over here. She's asking me to do this and I don't know how. And it still works that way. We're not perfect when we get there. Not all knowing. Anyway, he just wants to stress that very much. He wants to help. I still want to be a part of his life, just in a different way. And I want to be a part of your life. I just want you to trust me. Because I'm not the little kid that I was. Because I got my shit together. Kind of bobbing his head around. Oh, my Bob told me quit making fun of him. I'm not making fun of Jeffrey. I'm making fun. Bob says, you're making fun of me. No, I'm not. Oh, Jeffrey's singing a song, and I don't have a clue what it is. It sounds like the tune of All I Want for Christmas is My Fruit 2 Front Teeth, but he's singing it again. All I want is to be together, be together, be together. That's not a song. How am I going to ask ALEXA to pick that one out? He says he's very proud of you. He's getting ready to leave. He's very proud of you. Don't forget to let it flow. That doesn't mean to be lazy and eat bonbons. Just let it flow. It's right around the corner. Now that he's leaving. Okay. Thank you very much, my dear. Ooh, it's getting dark in here. I don't have a lamp in here. All I have is my owl. It's getting dark outside. Ah! It's like boogeyman. Thank you very much, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Give your son a kiss for me.